Hi, this is Brett with Piano Aha, and today we want to ask and answer the question, why are there white and black keys on the piano? So let's take a look at the keyboard. So I see here in front of me a bunch of black keys and a bunch of white keys, and it might seem to me that the white keys are sort of the normal keys, and then the black keys are the special ones that you only maybe use in certain situations or after you've been playing for a certain amount of time. But I want to show you today that that is not the case, and we'll look at this in a couple of different ways to understand why that is. So let's say first we wanted to only look at the inside part of the piano here. So in other words, I'm going to cover up the outside part of these white keys, and we'll just look at what's going on in the inside. Then we can see very clearly that the white keys and the black keys are ordered just from left to right, or from right to left, right? So we have there, just playing from left to right, we have the sound going from low to high. In other words, there's nothing special about one of these black keys that in the moment when I play it has a different sound, or it sounds a whole lot higher or lower, and it sounds in a different sort of sound. They're all the same. They just get higher and higher or lower and lower. Okay, so that's the first point we wanted to talk about, that there's nothing inherently different about a white key or a black key. The next question we might want to ask is, well, why are there different colors? Why aren't they, for example, all just white? Well, let's take a look at that. Let's say I only had these white keys here, and I want to start my song, and this song that I like to play starts with C. Okay, so where's that? Can you tell me where C is? I don't know where C is, because in order to find C, I would have to find these two black keys and know that C is right here. In other words, if I'm looking at only white keys, I cannot orient myself. So we see we're going to have different types of keys, in this case white and black. But now the next question that you might ask is, well, why didn't they just order them white, black, white, black, white, black? In other words, if we have 12 keys that we need to somehow put here on the piano, and we do have 12, so we have 3 white and 4 white here, so we have 7, and here we have 5 black ones, so altogether we have 12 keys. Why didn't we just distribute them 6 and 6, so 6 white ones and 6 black ones? In other words, we would have white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, etc. But again, how do you orient yourself if you only have white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black? Because in order to find some key, let's say we were looking for the key C, I need to find these 2 black notes next to each other in order to know that that's the note that I'm looking for. So if I had 6 and 6, I could not orient myself. So then you could ask yourself, well, why did we pick 7 white ones and 5 black ones? Well, the first suspicion you might have is that that's as close to 50-50 as you can get, right? If you wanted to do 6-6 and you saw that that wouldn't work, then you could say, well, let's just try 7-5. And that might be a good way of remembering it. But I would suspect that, historically speaking, more the reason would be because this major scale that we all know and love uses 7 different white keys, that might have been a good reason to have the notes in that scale all the same color. And that left us with the 5 that we didn't need for that scale, and we just made those into black keys. So another thing that you might think about is just the color white and black. And if that is not obvious already, then you can go back and look at some old pianos or harpsichords and see that indeed the colors white and black were sometimes reversed, or sometimes the black keys actually looked more brown. So obviously the color of the keys doesn't play a role at all. But we've seen now at least a couple of ways of understanding why it might be laid out the way it is. And in actual music, when all of these notes or all of these keys happen one after each other, for example like this, we actually give that a name. That is called a chromatic scale. Chroma, C-H-R-O-M-A, is just the ancient Greek word for color. The idea being that if I use the notes of this scale, for example, if I play this, that sounds colorful, where something like this just maybe sounds like plain vanilla. So we have this word chromatic, meaning that if I use all of the keys, it sounds colorful. So we see that there is no real difference between the white and black keys on a piano, but that it also is a good thing that we have the black and white keys of the piano distributed the way they are so that we can orient ourselves. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in some other ones.